If you take the modern world, where people are trying to teach you how to come in and trade actively in stocks.
Hey there. Have you ever found yourself glued to YouTube and every media outlet under the sun, devouring advice from financial gurus who promise to turn your pocket change into generational wealth faster than you can say, buy low, sell high? Guilty as charged, right? I'll be the first to admit it. $100 to $1 million in a year is definitely a tempting offer. As a matter of fact, sign me up already. Who wouldn't want a fast track to yacht ownership? But let's be real for a second. How's that going for you? Are you really learning how to make money or just following the Pied Piper of Wall Street? All puns are intended. If there's one thing I love about Charlie Munger, it's the fact that he doesn't mince words when it comes to money. He gives it straight, narrow, and right in the bullseye. And when it comes to listening to investors, are they taking the generic, almost cliche advice from know-it-alls?
It is really stupid.
Ouch, Charlie, that was harsh. But hey, he's got a point, a really big one. With a net worth exceeding $2.6 billion, Charlie Munger, alongside Warren Buffett, dominated the market for decades. Their company, Berkshire Hathaway, consistently outperformed the S&P 500. However, while Buffett often received much credit, he has frequently acknowledged that Berkshire wouldn't have achieved such success without Munger's significant contributions. But this makes me wonder, why exactly was Munger so successful? On one hand, he was incredibly brilliant. After attending Caltech to train as a meteorologist for World War II, he went to Harvard Law School and later established his own law firm. I get this part. It's clear, it's logical, and it follows a great sequence. But again, it all feels like an enigma, one that I can't quite solve. I mean, we are talking about a man who never studied finance, economics, business, marketing, psychology, or accounting, yet grew on to become one of the greatest and most respected businessmen of this era, if not all time. Even Bill Gates said that Munger is the broadest thinker he has ever encountered, and we're talking about a guy whose IQ is 150. Sorry, let me check real quick. 157. Bill Gates' IQ is 157, and he still thinks Munger is the broadest thinker he's ever met. So at this point, it's pretty obvious that Munger is more than ordinary.
All I do is take conventional sense and strip the asininity out of it, and then I have uncommon sense.
We all have a simple framework. We form opinions on topics that pique our interests, those that don't, matters of significance, and even those that seem entirely irrelevant. These opinions develop gradually over time, shaped by our experiences, backgrounds, levels of education, and the wisdom gained from credible sources. On the one hand, it shows our adaptability. Our thoughts and opinions naturally evolve based on what catches our interest. We tend to go deeper into topics that resonate with us personally, whether it's something we're passionate about or directly affects our lives, but it's all gradual. As we absorb and reflect on information, we continuously refine our views and opinions as we go. However, there is a flip side. The more we absorb external information, the more we're susceptible to creating a mental framework based on bias. And it can come from anywhere, something we heard, a borrowed perception or ideology from somebody we know, and so on. Therefore, when making critical decisions such as investments, it's important for you to discern and filter what you take in. Now, it is natural to want to bounce ideas off another person's head, especially when that person piques our interest. Imagine you're struggling, okay? You come back from a long day at work only to see your electricity has been cut off because you've been living paycheck to paycheck and are behind on so many bills despite bending your back over. Now you pick up your phone to watch funny clips on YouTube to get your mind off things. Suddenly, an ad pops up with an engaging title, How to Turn $1,000 into $1 million. Intrigued, you click through and find yourself on a page filled with images of luxury cars, mansions, and extravagant lifestyles, all supposedly owned by the person giving you financial advice. It's enticing because you want a way out of your financial struggles, and here's someone who seems to have figured it out. Soon you'll start listening to their advice and investing your hard-earned money or time into their methods, hoping it will change your life. It may sound funny, but this scenario is all too common in today's digital age. We're bombarded with promises of quick fixes and overnight success by self-proclaimed experts who seemingly have it all figured out because they showcase their wealth and success online. While you may not always know which advice is reliable and which isn't, it's a no-brainer that there are certain people you shouldn't even be listening to in the first place. Where do I even start? Yes, the gurus who give off generic advice all day, every day. Now, there are two types of people who fall into this category. The first are those who have a vested interest in your decision or are trying to sell you something, such as real estate agents or insurance brokers, for example. Their sole objective is to make a sale. They don't like talking to you. They don't care about you. They're all in for the profits and just want your money. Make no mistake, these guys will say or do anything in their power to ensure that you cave in. Given how these types of people typically disregard your personal investment objectives, risk tolerance, and the like, their advice tends to be like a fishing net. It's broad, lacks precision, and is generic at best. But how about the other guy? Instead of giving broad answers to catch you, our guy's going to give you generic advice based on his own experiences and bias. They'll only tell you to invest in technology or pharmaceutical stocks simply because it's an industry they know well, without considering other potentially better options. And this brings me to those millionaire experts who want you to pay for their courses.
And then there are people on the TV, another wonderful place. And they say, I have this book that will teach you how to make 300% a year. And all you have to do is pay for shipping, and I will mail it to you.
Let me tell you something that a lot of fake gurus don't want you to know. After spending countless hours researching their backgrounds, social media presence, and sales funnels, I usually discover that these self-made millionaires earn more from selling their courses than from practicing what they teach. In fact, many achieve millionaire status primarily through the courses they promote via YouTube advertisements. It's all part of the scam. Think of it this way.
I wanted to provide so much value in my eyes in the course that it became unquestionable. So look, let's say you're someone that's wanting to get started and learning more about investing in the stock market. There's already a huge negative connotation with those who have courses, 100%.
That's it. They're dumbfounded.
How likely is it that a person who had suddenly found a way to make 300% a year would be trying to sell books on the internet to you?
Many so-called self-made millionaires exploit unsuspecting individuals by selling courses and books promising the secrets to wealth yet offering little substance. These materials often promise quick results but deliver recycled advice or, again, generic strategies. Why? Because their primary goal isn't empowerment but profit. Each $200 book or course sale multiplied across thousands of buyers can quickly amount to substantial earnings, to the tune of millions, enriching them while leaving hopeful followers with little more than dashed dreams. It's a cycle of exploitation where the allure of wealth blindsides the vulnerable, reinforcing Charlie Munger's critique of those who profit from others' naivety rather than genuine knowledge. But hey, there's plenty more where that came from.
And then there are people on the TV, another wonderful place. And they say, I have this book that will teach you how to make 300% a year.
While I'll admit that financial media can occasionally offer insightful ideas, the truth is often obscured by sensationalized headlines and entertainment-driven content. These talking heads on TV, while appearing knowledgeable, are primarily focused on capturing and retaining audience attention to satisfy advertisers.
And it's ridiculous.
In essence, their advice simply prioritizes grabbing headlines over providing practical, long-term financial wisdom. Charlie Munger and any investor worth his salt would likely view this as a prime example of noise masquerading as substance. Renowned for his pragmatic investment philosophy, Charlie Munger always advocated for focusing on your circle of competence rather than succumbing to speculative gambles in the financial markets. If you don't study a company's finances and understand how companies are valued, investing in its stock is simply gambling. So it's best you stay clear. And guys, this may be a hard pill to swallow, but no worthwhile investment yields immediate fruit. If you're looking for instant gratification or overnight success, investing is simply not for you. Financial experts peddling get-rich-quick schemes often prey on the desperate, promising fast returns with little effort or risk. 10 out of 10 times, it ends up being a Ponzi scheme, where returns for early investors are funded by the investments of new participants rather than legitimate profits. And of course, these ventures collapse when new investors dry up, leaving many financially ruined. Remember Zeek Rewards, the online investment program launched by Rex Venture Group LLC and its founder Paul Burks in 2010? Participants in Zeek Rewards were lured into investing by buying bids or VIP points, promising substantial returns tied to their investment size and recruitment efforts. However, the returns paid to early investors were funded primarily by funds from new investors, rather than from legitimate profits generated by the penny auction or other operations. This unsustainable model eventually collapsed in 2012 when the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission filed charges against Zeek Rewards for operating a $900 million Ponzi and pyramid scheme. It was devastating. I had never seen anything like it. The collapse of the pyramid led to significant financial losses for thousands of participants who had invested their savings and recruited others into the scheme based on false promises of high returns. Have you ever seen Charlie Munger lure investors into Berkshire with promises of overnight success, all for the cost of $399? Exactly. When you come across an offer that seems too good to be true, make sure to turn away from it because it likely is. And that is all for today, Affluence. I hope you enjoyed the video and found valuable information. If you want to see more of our videos on your feed, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.